Well, some crazy stuff going on with Neil deGrasse Tyson, who's been on the show a number of times. Basically, it's coming out that there are I think 3 women who have accused him of some sort of sexual misconduct ranging back from the mid-'80s to maybe the last, couple of years. And he ignored it. He said, this doesn't deserve my attention because I didn't do anything wrong. But the news outlets kept picking it up so much that he finally wrote a very lengthy and very detailed Facebook post about it. I have it. I don't know how much of it you want to hear.
I'd heard bits and pieces. I've heard... one woman he did like the weird soul handshake with, the Indian handshake, where they felt each other's like heartbeats or something. And but then nothing went on with that. And then later on, someone had like the solar system tattooed on them, and he went up to go find Pluto or something, and that was on her shoulder. Then there's the rape one. There's
a very random one out of nowhere that a woman says she was drugged and raped, but she doesn't really remember who or what happened and how he may be involved.
Could have been
that.
Dr. Hibbert from The Simpsons.
Any number.
She doesn't know. Yeah. There's a couple things. The folks that go, hey, I got a tattoo of the fill in the blank, and then you go, can I see it? And they go, I don't think so. No. Shut the fuck up then. Don't get the tattoo.
And don't tell
me about the tattoo.
And he's a big proponent of Pluto, so it's going to come up.
Yes.
Like a Pluto fan.
But that one felt weird to me. Like, you got this guy, astrophysicist, or whatever it is. You got the tattoo of the Milky Way, the galaxy, the solar system on you. Like, why?
I think legally he's required to look at it for accuracy. He's an astrophysicist.
Yeah, it'd be like you yelling at the proctologist, you dropped the digit on me. What the fuck is going on?
What did you come here for?
Kind of it's in my part of my job. Like, I don't know. He went up her arm and went to
go on the record right now
neck
and say whether or not this happened.
He didn't.
Okay,
going for Pluto.
He went up her
deep.
I don't know what I'd like to see her tattoo. Her allegations. He went like up her neck to her collarbone or something. But that seems weird. Yeah, that's a weird allegation, right?
Well, yeah. The first 2 quote unquote allegations seem to really pale in comparison to someone saying I was drugged and raped. I mean, one girl was the assistant who they said they spent over 100 hours, talking about family and personal issues. He invited her up for wine and cheese after driving him home, which he said he did for a lot of colleagues.
What an animal.
She went and they, chit-chatted, and then at the end did the little handshake, and she said she was very uncomfortable. And then the Pluto tattoo, and then, somebody believes they may have been drugged and raped. So, I mean, it's kind of all over the place.
All right. There's a version I think people don't understand they don't understand like male sexuality. Like, there's a part of dudes, like middle-aged dudes, when we're looking at her solar system and we're looking at the one to tap. There are many dudes that are wired this way. Many dudes. You are the young, cute assistant. They're not really closers, but they like being around a beautiful woman, and they do a move where they'll go like it's a kind of a version of
not Brian Bishop.
Exactly.
It all looks horrible on paper, and your wife of 26 years would never understand, but you're essentially just pretending like you're attracted to them. You kind of know this is not going to work or whatever it is, but there's a part of you that wants to like sit with them
and just be around.
Yes, there's that thing. It's like it's a flirting. It's a kind of a flirting that doesn't really have any teeth. It's not guys who actually seal the deal, but they're still attracted. There's not many men who are wired in such a way, which is, I have an assistant. My assistant is young and beautiful, or my assistant is old and matronly, and I have no thoughts about it. I would treat them no differently. If they invited me to a barbecue, I wouldn't tend to say yes or no. I would have no thoughts about it any way, shape, or form.
Your thing about not being a closer is very accurate and very insightful, because that's my patented move, my early 20s. Like, what, is there interest here? Is there not? We'll never know, because I'm just going to hang out here for the rest of the night.
Well, and to your point, I've been in this position multiple times through, working in New York and working out here and knowing people and whatever. It's why are you asking me to dinner? You're married or whatever, but they just kind of want young women around.
Or how long is this date going to go?
Right.
Where are we going?
Yes. I think there's an element of that. I don't know about the one from 84.
Well, here's his quote. He said, the drug and rape allegation comes from an assumption of what happened to her during a night that she cannot remember. It is as though a false memory had been implanted, which, because it never actually happened, had to be remembered as an evening she doesn't remember. Nor does she remember waking up the next morning and going to the office. I kept a record of everything she posted in case her story morphed over time. So this is sad, which for me defies explanation.
All right. Well, welcome to the new normal. Well, we got to get hold of his yearbook from high school and get to the fucking bottom of this, right? To find out if he's a real racist or not.
Get his calendar.
Jesus Christ.
No.
The guy, there's this story from a few months ago that I don't think we talked about here that is absurd, which is there was a professor, his name was Richard Ned Lebeau, professor of political theory at King's College in London, and he was at a convention with a woman named Simona, and she's a professor of women's and gender studies at Merritt College in Massachusetts, which is strike three. And they're on an elevator, and everyone was piled into the elevator at the hotel that the event was taking place, and everyone was like yelling out their floor. And someone yelled like, floor, fifth floor. And he said women's lingerie.
Everybody knows that joke.
Which is a joke. Like I feel like it's a Bugs Bunny joke, but it's just a joke. And of course, the professor of women's gender studies reported him. And then I don't know what adults are doing, by the way. This is insane. Also, it absolutely muddies the water if you are trying to get something done. If you are trying to get something real done, like if you're trying to really dive into this Me Too movement and you really want to correct some serious problems in the workplace and some serious problems with gender inequities and things like that, you fuck up your entire cause by going after guys like this. You fuck it up completely. It's like if you're the new police chief and you want to stop crime and you start pepper spraying jaywalkers, you're fucking up your entire mission statement. You are hurting your own movement by getting guys like this fired. Anyway, he sent her an email saying he was trying to make a joke. He didn't mean. Now, first off, everyone has to apologize for shit they shouldn't apologize for, and then the people get empowered. Right. The nut jobs get even more empowered, and they're like, "Well, that's not good enough.
Have something here.
This guy must. He's apologizing. There must be something here," and he ends up getting terminated.
Yep.
That's insane.
For women's lingerie, the joke, it's like an old joke from the 40s.
Next stop, Albuquerque.
It was
right.
It's so, like ingrained old-timey. Dawson, you remember this was the beginning of the Aerosmith song, Love in an Elevator.
Oh.
We open in a crowded elevator.
Second floor, hardware, children's wear, ladies' lingerie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Tyler. Going down.
Okay.
All right, stop it quick. Turn it off.
Why?
Well, it's still good.
We don't need to hear that song.
Okay.
Yeah, so this happened in April, Adam, and the ISA, the International Studies Association, told the Professor Richard, look, you just got to apologize, and we're square. Nothing will happen, and he won't.
Good.
And, so...
Fuck her.
So they're going to reprimand him, yeah.
Reprimand.
That's what they said. Officially.
It's so awesome. What? By the way, let me explain something. Not everything is progress. Not everything is progress. This is not progress.
Well, it's ironic because, like you said, it brings the cause to a grinding halt. So how could that be progressing?
Well, it does, because we end up talking about this guy, and then it also gives fuel to the detractors. They go, well, come on, your cause?
Right.
What about this professor?
Right.
Now you're fucked up in your cause.
Yeah.
Ugh. All right.